what are the key neural networks in bipolar? If we wanted to synthesize all functional neuroimaging studies of bipolar, is anything actually statistically reproducible? That's what led to what I would call a very long epic journey of a meta-analysis. A meta-analysis is really great at quantitatively synthesizing a body of literature to answer a question that you have. We knew this was important because there's so much heterogeneity in studies of bipolar disorder that if we want to understand where to look or what neural biomarkers are important for diagnosing and understanding prognosis in bipolar disorder and risk, what's reproducible, what could be highly applicable and observable and reliable, a meta-analysis can help us look at this. We wanted to include functional neuroimaging studies of adults with bipolar. I think I read through about over 3,000 articles. We wanted to synthesize 3 decades worth of literature. And at the time, we published the largest functional meta-analysis of bipolar neuroimaging studies ever, 205 studies. We wanted to see if there's an observable neural marker of bipolar disorder. What we ended up identifying was we did see an invariant marker across all studies. We identified and were able to test several differences between people with bipolar and controls during rest, during cognitive tasks, during emotional tasks. And these findings not only built on existing neural models of bipolar disorder that often talk about the emotion and reward and limbic networks and regions, the orbital frontal cortex, the amygdala, the ventral striatum or nucleus accumbens, the ventrolateral prefrontal cortex. These are all really highlighted by a lot of functional models of bipolar disorder. And reaffirming how those have been reproducible in our meta-analysis, it helps feed back onto those previous models of bipolar disorder. But at the same time, other regions that we identified, such as regions during resting state and the cognitive task meta-analyses, revealed these additional, more condition-specific regions that will also help develop and expand new models. These are regions like the posterior cingulate cortex, the superior parietal lobule, the inferior parietal lobule. Those were regions that I often didn't really see in these earlier systematic reviews. So this addition helps really evolve and expand the consensus, the complexities, and the context of the neural circuitry that we think is both implicated and important in bipolar disorder. This is really helpful, I think, for guiding future studies. Here's additional regions that we can really be looking at more in depth than we may not have been previously.